Well, I think it was you, Pip, who said Nigel will be disappointed. I don't think he will. I think Nigel will be absolutely thrilled to have been third. In his wildest dreams, he probably didn't think he would do any better than that. I always predicted, I'm afraid, that he wouldn't win. Politicians don't win. Sam had it in his hand almost from the beginning, and it was very difficult to compete with that. So I think Nigel did absolutely brilliantly. He showed people what he's really like, and the public liked it. There were no tantrums, there was no this, there was no political lecturing, etc. He just answered the questions. And of course, he did the trials brilliantly, and that actually counts quite a lot in that jungle thing. People don't like wimps, and he proved that he wasn't a wimp. But do you know, the idea that he's going to come back and leap into bed with Boris Johnson is just fantasy. Why? Well, why would you strap yourself to a sinking ship? I mean, why would you? The Tory party is everything at the moment. The Tory party, everything that Nigel rejects, everything I reject, everything any true Tory would reject. They're social democrats, and the idea that he would team up with Boris is moonshine, but he's done brilliantly.
Do you think, Christine, of course, he's almost like an honorary member of the Reform Party. Richard Tice leads that party, and we've got people like Ben Habib are very big in the party. Nigel hasn't done much. Do you think, if you were advising him, you would say to him, get back into the thick of the battle with Reform, whether he could bear to run for Parliament again, because he has tried and failed 7 times?
Yeah. Well, Nigel, I think, is president of Reform. So he's got an honorary position. I think probably his thought was, he didn't want to lead it, was to step back and let Richard Tice have his moment, as it were. So, I mean, if Nigel had tried to do a co-leadership thing, that would have trodden on Richard's toes. So I think he was right to step back and let Richard lead it. But as you say, he has failed 7 times. My guess is he won't want to stand for Parliament again. But my goodness, look what he's achieved in his lifetime, never having been in Parliament. He's achieved more than most MPs. I mean, come on, Andrew. I bet even you, with your incredible political antennae, can't name the cabinet. Everybody knows who Farage is, love him or loathe him. He's got visibility, which, of course, is one thing that a lot of politicians haven't got, and, of course, they dearly would love to have. So, you know, he's got a hell of a lot going for him, which is more than you can say for the Tories.
Yeah, I mean, he's without doubt one of the most significant politicians of the last 30 years, isn't he?
Oh, 100%. When you look at what he's achieved, he has literally changed this country. And it's just a pity that the government didn't pick up and run with what he handed to them, which was Brexit. But let's not go there. Let's not cry over spilt milk and wasted opportunities. But the Tories are behaving like social democrats. And I think the public's completely fed up with them. They've had 13 years. But, you know, it's what always happens with the Tories. Ever since the war, the Tories get in and all they do, they don't ratchet back what Labour have done. The only person who got in and said, right, we are going to dismantle all this socialism was Margaret Thatcher, and we haven't had a leader since her. The Tory party has just slowly shifted, and Cameron took control of the candidates list when he was Prime Minister. He put in all the people who thought like him, and now look, there they are in the middle of the party. They're not Conservatives. They're going to screw up this Rwanda plan, which we might as well stop even thinking about it. It ain't going to happen. So they have nobody to blame but themselves. And to go back to the man of the moment, he would be an idiot to jump into bed with the Tories. Nothing in it for him.
Right. Christine, are you going to tune in tonight? Because he's back on the screen tonight.
Absolutely. And just before I go, can I just one more time put my hat on? It's a bit shrunk and a bit dusty because it's been in the attic, but 20 years ago it was doing sterling work.
Lovely. And you still look fabulous in it, Christine.
Oh, you're too kind. You can come again.
That's Christine Hamilton, who, of course, was 3rd place in the very first time a Celebrity I got you out of.